Hi Taurus, welcome to your February 2022 Tarot Scope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Taurus, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your actions and interactions with the world at large over the course of February, you have the Father of Pentacles. So this is actually the King of Pentacles, which is literally your card, right? So I love this for you because it suggests that, you know, whether you're a man or a woman, Taurus is irrelevant. This suggests that you show up in all of your power. Like this month, you really are recalibrating yourself. I kind of feel like Taurus is coming out of hibernation, right? This is you guys like firing yourself back up to really get back out into the world. Like in some way, shape or form, this is you recalibrating, rebooting yourself, rebooting your energies and your ideas, and now really starting to push them forward. I kind of feel like this is a moment as well where a lot of you are very focused on the career, but also changing the career in some way, shape or form. Like the reason I say this is because this is in your actions and options, and it suggests that you're a lot more dynamic this month than maybe you have been in a while. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not to say that you've been, you know, underground or whatever, but it does look like you are now really starting to emerge in some way, shape or form. I like it. For your communications and conversations, you have the Father of Cups. So you've got the two kings here. Two kings in a single spread represents minor council. So this is very likely to be a month where you are having meetings, interviews. This is likely to be where, for some of you, this could be, you know, touching base with what's a potential client. This could be new business, potentially new work coming your way. If you're employed by somebody else, maybe this is you really starting to think about what your future prospects are, right? And the fact that it is the King of Cups, this is you tapping into your, I almost want to say like tapping into your own creativity, but it's more than that, because remember the King of Cups technically is a more healing influence and an emotionally intelligent one. And this suggests to me that maybe for some of you, this might be a month where you're thinking about doing some sort of therapy. Maybe you are thinking about going to see some sort of an analyst. Maybe you're getting somebody to analyze your business or your prospects, or even look over your work or some of your ideas. A second opinion or an outside perspective this month can absolutely help you and benefit you. For your heart and half, or your you know, you're on the personal level, let's say, you've got the Mother of Wands, right? So this is the Queen of Wands. Now, what do you see here? Straight away, we see you've got two kings, you've got a queen here. This is all court cards, right? When you have this many court cards in a spread, this is all about people. This is all about people that are coming into your world, people that are already in your world, people that you have connections to. This is maybe new connections being forged, maybe benefactors of some sort coming in. This is a month for you to network. This is a month for you to really think about the network you already have. Ask yourself, how can I tap into this? Who can do what for me? And more importantly, how can you offer something in return? Remember, the best relationships are reciprocal and symbiotic, and in some way, shape or form, this month is really asking you to think about ways that you can amplify your voice, your business, your smarts, your intelligence, your knowledge, your skill set. You're doing this through connecting to other people. Like, I can't stress it enough. This is not the month for you to be a hermit. This is not the month for you to sit at home. This is not the month for you to procrastinate. Get out there, start forging your connections, start connecting to different people, start thinking about the groups that you're already associated with and how they can enhance the experience that you're having. That being said, the Queen of Wands in your heart and half sector. So for some of you, when it comes to partnerships, relationships, this is about bringing the fire back into it. It's about bringing more dynamism back to the relationship in some way, shape or form. For some of you, this may suggest that you're needing to set firm boundaries within the relationship, right? Maybe this is a month where you're having to say to the partner, look, I'm going to be really busy from now on. I'm not ignoring you. I'm not being absent or whatever, but I need to focus on work right now so that I can build this, this and this. This might be a time where really, and when I say setting a boundary, that's not always like, well, you know, you can't cross this line. Sometimes it's setting the parameters of the relationship. This might be a conversation that you end up having this month. For those of you that are single and looking or ready to mingle, this is really nice because it suggests an amplification of the sensuality. This is you really feeling alive and tapped into yourself in some way, shape or form, which is really, really nice, right? In a lot of ways as well, this is about you bringing back this, you know, you're bringing sexy back, right? This is a month where you're maybe getting your mojo back and you are feeling like, you know what, I think I might be finally ready to date. As I said, it looks like Taurus is coming out of hibernation. For your money and materials, you have the Empress, your card. Could you ask for any more in your finances, in your money, in your resources? For those of you that are single and looking and ready to mingle, I must say, if the Empress comes up next to a court card, that person tends to be very, very easy on the eyes. I mean, Jason Momoa is newly single. Hands off. All right, all jokes aside, the reason I say this is, so whether you're a man or a woman, whoever you do or don't date, this suggests that whoever is coming in for you is very likely to be very easy on the eyes, somebody that is either very well established, somebody that's very sensual, very sexual, very passionate, and also somebody that is aesthetically very pleasing. Now, this isn't by societal norms, this is by what you would find attractive, because the Empress is coming up in your money and materials sector, right? But it's coupled with the court card in your heart and half. And what that suggests to me is whoever this person, if you're single and you're looking, the person that's coming in for you this month that you could be connecting with, it's like you look at them and you're like, wow. That to me, like this person to me is like, right? The other thing is, because they come up through with the next to the Empress, this is likely to be somebody that is either very wealthy or somebody that's done very well for themselves on the material plane, which we all know all Tauruses love. You know, that's not a dig, right? It's just, I'm calling a spade a spade. Now, when it comes to your money and materials, this is great because this card, although it's about luxury and beauty and all of that stuff, yes, it's those things, there's also an element of proliferation about this card, which suggests that you could really grow your finances, you could really increase the yield that you're getting out of some idea. Your money has a lot of potential to grow this month, providing you are willing to put the work in. And what is the work this month? Tapping into your networks or creating a new network. This is not a month for you to sit and do nothing with, right? Use this to your best advantage. For your weeks of the month, as a breakdown, you have the first week, you've got the Hanged Man, right? So this would be, I mean, like literally for me, this feels like you're waking up out of a sleep. So this month is definitely you tapping into that. And the first week, you may feel it on a spiritual level, right? There might not necessarily be a lot going on in the tangible world in this first week of the month, but you'll definitely start to feel that push, that drive, that energy pushing you more forward. And it's going to be like almost like a visceral feel where you're like, okay, you know what? Things are stirring. I can feel the energy starting to wake up. It's time, it's time, it's time. Which is very interesting, right? For your second week of the month, you've got the Devil card, and you've got this underneath the King of Cups. So here's where this gets really interesting, right? You've got the Hanged Man, which is Pisces ruled because it's Neptunian energy, and you've got the Father of Cups. A Pisces person may feature for you this month, right? In the first or the second week of the month. You've got the Devil card, which is Capricorn ruled, and you've got the Father of Pentacles. A Capricorn person, likely to be a Capricorn male, may also feature for you this month. Those are just two ways that you could read these cards, and two people that you might need to look out for that could be very beneficial for you in these first 2 weeks. On a more personal level, the Devil card with the Father of Cups, it's rare that a Taurus would really overindulge in their feelings, but overindulgence is it's an energy that Taurians all have to watch out for. And what I will say to you is this month, use your emotions, feel them, allow yourself to embody them, which is what your experience is all about. But don't let them become, because I remember hearing this, there's a film called What the Bleep Do We Know? If you've never seen it, check it out. It's absolutely brilliant. Yes, it's a bit out there and some people may not get it, but I personally thought it was brilliant. And there was a bit in it that really explained how your feelings are sometimes the most addictive thing that you can have in the world, right? And so this, I almost want to say to you, like, don't use because it might be that because this is in your communication sector, it might be that something that somebody says to you this month, like maybe it really does offend, maybe it really does sting. Don't use how you feel as an excuse to not do this work, right? It is what it is. That's how I'm saying, I mean it with all love. You guys know I love the Taurus. Speaking of Taurus, you got the Hierophant card. This is you, right underneath the Mother of Wands or the Queen of Wands. So again, for those of you who are meeting someone this month, anyone that comes through the Hierophant card is likely here to stay. So there are some connections coming through this month that are very much, have the potential to be very long term. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this literally speaks to your marriage, your partnership, your long-term commitment. There is a really powerful sense here of something going to the next level or to the next step, but you're having to redefine either the boundaries or the container of the relationship itself. It's just a really, really interesting energy, I have to say. For your 4th week of the month, you have the Universe card, which is actually the World card. You couple that with the Empress, I mean, you're onto a winner there. This is like a great idea that you have. It's a project, it's a product, it's a business idea or a service or a skill that you have that is now profitable or marketable for you. This also represents your local community and things that are happening in that space. Pay attention to this stuff around the 4th week of the month because it may end up being very relevant for you or to you. And the World card is also about communities. I cannot stress to you enough, this is going to be a very important month for you guys, right? Use it as such, especially where community, networks, tying yourself to people, getting into contracts and agreements with other businesses, etc., or, other colleagues or workers. This is a time to use this to best effect. So as for your moons, your new moon in the sign of Aquarius is in your 10th house. If you are an ascendant Taurus, to a lesser degree the sun and the moon, please check your own chart. But a new moon in the 10th, this is all to do with your career, your social status, your public standing, how people view you, how people respond to you, how people receive you in the world or perceive you in the world. It also suggests as well a status change because your 10th house can see you going from single to being married, from being married to being single, and everything in between. Like this new moon, a new moon is an initiation point. So this is you initiating something new in your career sector, and your card for this is the Gate 9 and the small details, right? And so this card is all about it's not just about the small details, it's about clearly defining something. That Queen of Wands she's playing very coy here, and the reason I say that is because I feel like the drawing of boundaries or the definition of things is probably one of the most important things you need to be doing this month. Define your relationships, define and refine your relationships, ask yourself and declare what you want out of them, what you're willing to give, and what it is that you need in receipt. Your full moon is taking place in Leo, is in your 4th house. Again, if you're an ascendant Taurus, to a lesser degree, the sun and the moon. But what's lovely about this, a full moon in the home and hearth sector is all to do with your family, your roots. It's you receiving the blessings and the rewards and the efforts that you've put into your home, into your family. It now starts to give back. And the fact that it's in Leo, this means that there's going to be some sort of generosity around this as well. So this could be a really, really nice full moon for you as well. And for this, you've got the gate 27 and caring. This for me, especially with the little robin on the card, this is very much a card of the home, the hearth. If I had the book, I would read it to you. But what's also interesting as well, that robins are actually very special to me, because they represent, like, it's every time an important event has happened for me, or I've had a really important message from spirit, from the universe, etc., I've seen a robin, and it's always good news for me. So I'm going to share that with you. And the fact that you've got this as that full moon, I think that full moon is going to be very kind to you. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.